now I have a little sticky note here on my computer so I do not forget again. So the replay of this, in case you guys have to hop off early, will be in the course. So a couple miscellaneous things before we dive in. The live calls are every Monday and Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So make sure that you have those marked in your calendar. I would love to have you on here. You're going to get the most of this when you're on live, when you're engaging, when you're asking questions that are important to you, that will help you in your business. That's why I'm here today, is to help you. So I hope that you will join us. The links, I have been emailing them to you. I will also have them in the course, and then the replays in the course. I uploaded Loida's that we did on Monday, which was so good, about YouTube and cold calling. And then I uploaded this morning Christy's, and she shared about how she started her business. She didn't know anybody where she had moved to. So there was a lot of really, really good key takeaways there. Awesome. I'm going to be switching from my phone to computer in about 10 minutes. So, okay, awesome. Yeah, I will definitely let you back in. And any questions that you have as we go through this, post them in the chat or feel free to come on camera. I'm glad Ashley's on camera, so I'm not just talking to myself. It's just like, it's horrible talking to just black boxes. So if you guys would please come on video, that would be amazing. I would love to see your beautiful, beautiful faces. Okay, you guys want me to talk about luxury? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Hi, Nicole. You look so beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about luxury. So that actually, we had gotten this book binder at the mastermind, and I just took pages on pages of notes. And the topic of luxury actually wasn't any of the topics that Ryan or his team had spoke about, but a lot of agents in our different breakout sessions had been asking the question of like, how do I get into luxury, and asking, if they're a newer agent, how do they get in? They don't have experience like these other agents who have been in the business for 30 years. I'm going to share with you guys what they had said. So Ryan said that he completely made this up, which I feel like is hilarious, but genius at the same time, that he made up this signature experience. Or signature package or something that he was just always talking about, he marketed and had on his website. And this was for clients who were 10 million plus. So this wasn't something that his brokerage offered, but with clients who are selling or buying in the 10 million plus, right? They want to be treated as VIP. They want to be treated as exclusive. Like they are getting more than what a $300,000 client is getting. So he really just started talking about this, marketing it, and had it on his website, how, these clients would be getting a signature experience. He started talking about luxury listings. You don't have to have these listings to be able to talk about it and to educate others on it. He started hanging out where these sellers were hanging out. He started to be seen in their neighborhood. He said that he would walk his dog in their neighborhood and just was open to conversations. And I think that's what it's about. It's like, he had said like hanging out where these people are hanging out, right? But there's two sides of this. Sometimes like I'm going out and I'm just so engaged with maybe the person I'm with or what it is that I'm doing there. And I'm not like open to conversations, but I feel like when you are, and you put yourself out there, that's how you're going to be able to meet people. Right. And, so basically putting yourself in these situations where they're hanging out and being seen in their neighborhood. And I feel as though, okay, so they talked a lot about social media and the mastermind, right? And I think that he had showcased a lot of luxury listings, and then people started reaching out to him, right? They saw him on social media, even though he didn't have luxury listings yet. They thought that this was his clientele because he was educating. He sounded like the professional in the luxury market. And I feel like I can relate to this. When I first started, there was a particular neighborhood that I wanted to work. And if there's anyone in Northeast Florida, you've heard of Nocatee. It's a very desirable area. It's the price point I wanted to work in. It was the area that I wanted to work in. It's families. That was the perfect avatar client of where I wanted to work, but I didn't have listings in there yet, right? So I was like, how the heck am I going to get in? And so I just started showing up on social media, talking about Nocatee, talking about the listings, previewing the new construction in there, talking about the stats, talking about the neighborhoods, talking about new places that were popping up. I never said that I had a closing in there yet, and how I got my first client in there, which I was so excited. Like, I had worked so hard. I had showed up as educated myself on the area, and I finally got a call. It was a LinkedIn lead. It was a family. They were interested in selling their home. And when I was at the listing appointment, she felt this was years ago, but she had felt very confident in my abilities to sell her home. And it was just based off of what she had seen that I had posted on social media. And keep in mind, at this time, I had not had one sale. So I never was like closing day. I was just talking about all the things that I just shared with you. And I did not have imposter syndrome at all. I had all the confidence because I knew I could sell that home. I knew the neighborhood. I knew the stats. I was like, yes, I am the best person to sell your home. And then now I've had many Nocatee buyers and sellers, right? So I feel as though I can relate to that with the luxury aspect of what Ryan was mentioning, is like showing up, previewing. Are you putting on social media right now luxury homes? If that's what you're trying to break into, are you talking about it? Are you trying to educate the people who are looking at your social media channels? Are you educating them about luxury? It's not that you have to have these closings just yet. So that was, I thought, a really good takeaway that I wanted to share with you guys. And so another question that agents had asked was, if I don't have experience, how am I going to break into luxury, especially with these other agents where they just dominate? They've been in the business for 30 years. How do I stand out, especially if I've never had a listing? And he gave 2 recommendations. And that was 1, confidence, which we all know that, right? 2, have more information than others. And I think educating yourself about the listing is just going to help you go in and have more confidence. So obviously knowing the stats, it's all public knowledge. But familiarize yourself with everything this community is about. Its features, neighboring areas, other homes, knowing the stats, knowing the market. This is all information that somebody who has been doing it for 30 years, these are the things that they know. But luckily for us, it is all public knowledge, all public information. And so it's up to you to do your research about it. And I think if you come into this listing appointment knowing, like I said, familiarizing yourself, everything the community is about, its features, neighboring areas, other homes, knowing the stats, knowing the market, that is going to help your confidence at that appointment if you knew all those things. So I just thought those 2 points were really good. Having the confidence, and obviously knowing the stats. And that's pretty much what I did when I came into this listing appointment. I had never had a listing in there before, but I came in confident, and that was because of all the research I had done leading up to the appointment. So I think, like, it takes time and it takes effort, especially with social media. Like, you're not just going to show a Nocatee home or a luxury listing and the leads are just going to start pouring in, right? We cannot have that expectation. But as we show up more and more, and we're excited about it, and we're educating, and we're sharing all the new things about it, that's when you're going to start getting people to reach out to you wanting to buy or sell these types of properties. So whether or not you're trying to get a luxury or not, I was able to relate it by a particular neighborhood that I wanted to work. So he had said, present yourself in luxury. It gives this impression to the public that this is your clientele. Get a trophy listing where, maybe you have to take a commission cut, right, on your side of things. Maybe you got to slash the commission. You're hardly making anything. Maybe you even break even. But if you do it right, you will get multiple listings after this and multiple buyers, right? Because you're going to market it like crazy. You're going to be meeting the neighbors, telling them how you have this new listing. You're going to be having open houses, events around it, huge broker open. Just getting that trophy listing, no matter how you have to get it, is a really good start. And even if it's a less desirable listing, like maybe it's an expired that you're just like, oh, it doesn't really look too glamorous, but I'm going to get that listing because it's in the neighborhood that I want to be in. So maybe just thinking a little bit outside the box that way. And especially when you're first starting out, like, cut your commission. It doesn't even matter about the money. It's about trying to get in to hopefully build a life for yourself with these luxury listings, right? So hopefully that's helpful. I just had taken a ton of notes. Like he had mentioned, start acting like the greatest agent that you want to be 2 years from now. Start acting that way today. He had shared what his secret sauce is, which I have read Ryan Serhant's books, watched his YouTube, and all the things, right? I'm in his course. And the thing about him that I just love is like his energy is very contagious. Like just getting on these Zoom calls with him, I always leave like super fired up. But like he gets up so early, he gets that workout in. There is no excuse about the workout. He time blocks his day. He fills everything up 30-minute increments. And so that's his secret sauce, is being incredibly disciplined. And, discipline will carry you where motivation will not. So I just thought, I was like, yeah, that's definitely his secret sauce. Like he is extremely, extremely disciplined. So let's see. Do you guys want me to share? We talked a lot about social media, but I'm not sure if that's what you guys want to hear about. There was a woman, Sarah Gore, that came on that I guess she's like on the Today Show or Good Morning America. She had a really, really impressive resume, and she had talked a lot about tips and tricks and best practices for showing up on camera. Like, is anyone struggling with showing up on camera or confidence or wanting to know best practices? Okay, so we're getting head nods. So let me get a sip of water. Okay, let me share all the things. So why focusing on your on-camera presence matters. So she had given 4 points. 1, you carry yourself on the way that you carry yourself on camera has a considerable impact on how professional your content looks. 2, appearing nervous, fidgety, or uncomfortable on camera will distract viewers from your messages. 3, this is something that you can improve with practice. I don't think that she really emphasized that, like, she didn't show up on camera the first time and was a natural. Like, she had to learn, she had to educate herself on the best practices, on the best tips and tricks on how to be better. And I know when I first started, my videos were horrible, and they'll probably always be a work in progress, but I don't think that I could have gotten better if I hadn't started, if I hadn't tried, if I hadn't failed, if I hadn't practiced. And it's just really important to get yourself out of your comfort zone, and especially being in real estate, showing up on video is the best way to get clients who know, like, and trust you because they see your personality, right? Okay, let me answer a couple questions. I love seeing the questions. Does LinkedIn work? I haven't been posting on LinkedIn, only Facebook and Instagram. So as far as does LinkedIn work? So there's so many ways to generate business in real estate, right? And I think that honestly, they all work. Cold calling works, door knocking works, Instagram works, LinkedIn works. If these are all ways, if you work, if you're consistent, if you're showing up, you can't just post on LinkedIn one time and think that the leads are coming in. I had probably posted on LinkedIn about Nakati for a year until she had reached out to me. But to me, it's free to create the videos. It's free to put this on the platform. I wasn't only just putting it on LinkedIn. I was posting it on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So to me, it works, but it just depends if you work. So hopefully that answers your question. I get so present in the moment that I forget to film, such as giving my client the keys to their new home when I show a beautiful house. Okay, so maybe set yourself up on some reminders, but also maybe you set yourself up to batch record some things. It seemed as though the people that I met at this mastermind that are successful with social media, like this one woman, Glenda Baker, who crushes it on TikTok. She had made over $500,000 last year alone on TikTok. And she batch records. I'll put her name in here. Glenda Baker. Oops, sorry. Baker, and Glenda spelled with 2 N's. I was so impressed by her because she's 55 years old. And so to see somebody older on TikTok who is freaking crushing it, I'm like, that was really, really inspiring. And she is, let me tell you, she is herself. And I am sure there's people who go on there and they're not attracted to her. Like, she's from Atlanta, she's got big hair, she's loud, she curses. Like, I'm sure there's people who go on there and aren't attracted to that, but then there's those people who are, and those are the type of people that she wants to work with. And I mean, obviously it's working for her, but what she had mentioned and several other people who are successful on social media was they batch recorded. She had said that the first time that she ended up getting a videographer to help her with the TikTok videos, right? Like, she came up with all the content. You know, this videographer is not going to tell her what to say. He doesn't know about real estate or what to do, but he can edit the videos. And so the first time that he showed up, she recorded 8 videos. They've actually only met 17 times, which if you see her TikTok or her Instagram, she puts a new video on there every single day. And these are all done by her videographer. And she's only met with him 17 times. The first time that they recorded, they did 8. That was all she could do in a day. The last time that they recorded, it was like, they did like 57 videos. And it's like, you get better in time, right? You get more comfortable, you get quicker. She's like, now I've got my clothes off to the side and I'm switching my shirts, and like, I've got everything ready ahead of time, my scripts, what I'm going to say. So we knock out as many as we possibly can during that. And so basically, key takeaway was that, you know, time block for you to batch this content so that maybe you need to use a scheduler so that during the week you're getting this content out there while you're busy and you can't remember, right? So hopefully that was helpful. Also, I'm very interested in YouTube videos since it's linked to Google. I'm trying to increase my Google presence. Me too. This is where it's at. And McCall can attest that I had just gotten a lead from YouTube. Like, this shit works. And it's just like, you have to keep showing up. Like, if you look at my YouTube, I do have a ton of videos on there and a ton of content, but you need to have more. And I think that with any video that you record for YouTube or anywhere else, like, repurpose it everywhere. So don't just think, oh, I just need these videos for YouTube. You can put them on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, right? I really think that we all need to be making it more of a priority. I think it's really, really important, especially because, yeah, it's owned by Google and YouTube is not going anywhere. Does anyone love YouTube? Please let me know I'm not the only one, because I literally watch YouTube videos all the time, like while I'm working, sometimes like when I'm getting ready. Like, I have like my favorite people that I'm subscribed to, and I'm just like obsessed watching YouTube videos all the time. Kim said, I've been watching her and I can relate. I'm 53. And so to me, even, yes, hi, Kim, even me, I'm 34, and I'm like, okay, I was thinking I'm a little too old for TikTok. But shoot, she absolutely crushes it. So you guys have to, Glenda Baker, Alex, is who we were talking about, who's on TikTok and Instagram. And her videos are honestly so funny. Like, sometimes she does like funny ones about real estate, and her personality is hilarious. I barely watch TV anymore. It's mostly YouTube. Yeah. Okay, that's funny. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to mention about Sarah Gore's why focusing on your on-camera presence matters is the last thing was come in with a smile, whether you feel it or not, especially at the beginning of your video. It makes a huge difference in how friendly you seem. It's like the same thing with when you're on the phone, right? Like you want to be smiling because like they can feel that. So I have a couple more things if you guys don't have questions. Best practices and what you need to focus on, things to avoid. There's 3 secret weapons to on-camera confidence. I'll just mention a couple of these. Okay, so best practices and what you need to focus on. 1, pick a location you're comfortable with. 2, limit distractions. I don't have any notifications on my phone unless you were to call or text me. And even then, like most of the time it's on silent because I'm still checking my phone a lot, right? So it's like, I don't need to be dinged every 2 seconds. And so all the apps, I have a lot of apps on my phone, but none of them are sending me notifications because that just like stresses me out mentally, but then also it creates all these distractions. I think it's even really helpful that if you're recording a video, like you don't need to be answering those client calls. Like don't multitask, just focus on the task at hand and you can call them back in an hour. This isn't life or death. And their question, a lot of times they end up figuring it out themselves. So it's perfect. 3, be authentic and conversational. 4, choose camera-friendly attire. 5, be aware of your posture. I'm like always trying to make sure I set up because even sometimes on the Zoom calls, I'm like, oh God, slouched over, it does not look good. Yeah, Alex, sit up. I'm just kidding. 6, look into the camera when you're making a point. And 7, plan your videos in advance. So is anyone doing videos now, like on Instagram or YouTube? Is there anything that you feel like you're struggling with that you need help with? She had shared 3 secret weapons to on-camera confidence. 1, confidence comes from preparation. And you can't do a good job when you don't feel confident. Trust in yourself and your point of view. 2, record yourself and watch the footage to identify areas where you could improve. It's just like a photo. Like, you know, when we go take a photo and we go back to look at it to like make sure, like, is it good? That's the same thing with video. Record the video, go back, look at it, see, okay, where can I improve? A lot of times I'll look back and I'm like, okay, I was talking so fast, or I was looking away way too much. So, you know, coming back to it and re-recording, looking at the work and identify what areas you need to improve. And then lastly, practice. You're gonna probably do better than I will because I was just so horrible, but you're just not going to be great the first time that you do it. But in time, it gets better. Okay, so one of the things that they had talked about was how to show up on social media. And a great way to do that is by defining your and. So like the team really talked about this, like asking everybody, like, what is your and? Like you're a real estate agent and what? There's so much more to all of us than just being a real estate agent, and your and is what you really need to be focusing on as far as the content that you're putting out there. So, you know, taking time to think to yourself, brainstorm 3 ways that you can post about your and. So are you, love to travel, you're a mom, into all these different hobbies, whatever the case is, really focusing on sharing that and brainstorming. Okay, what are 3 things that I could do this week to help showcase my and? That way it's not real estate related. It's so personal, and you're able to attract other people who are interested in that. And it's a great way for them to build that trust with you, to know, like, and trust you. I feel like real estate agents just have such a bad rep. They're compared to car salesmen. So it's like, we're all not super salesy in car salesmen. So we need to showcase that to our clients. Like when I first got in the business, I didn't think I could do it because I was like, I am not salesy. And I just showed up being myself, and that seemed to work. Okay, some suggestions for TikTok that Glenda had mentioned was doing home tours. So doing home tours that are fresh, engaging, and best of all, on trend, allowing you to maximize views and engagement. My huge takeaway from TikTok from the entire time was that they had said that with one Instagram reel, the number of views that, oh wait, no, what was it? TikTok. I can't remember. My brain is fried. Okay, I think it was Instagram. With one Instagram reel, it takes, I can't even remember.
TikTok. It was TikTok.
TikTok. Okay,
Yeah.
the views from one TikTok, it would take 73 Instagram reels for you to reach the same amount of viewers. So I was like, what? Oh my God, I'm totally missing the boat. Like, I have all these reels. I need to be putting it on Instagram, or I need to be putting them on TikTok as well. So that was like mind blowing to me. It's like, we're trying to be seen. We need to be on TikTok. So there was a website that they had recommended for you to find the most on trend videos, and every single day it updates it. I think it was like a list of like 1 to 100, and it is talkboard.com. So you want to find the trending music and maybe something that you can relate with or that you like, and going to this website to find the most trending songs that day could be really beneficial for you. So the first thing for you to post about it, like I said, was home tours. The second thing is doing a trend plus your and. So, you know, keeping up with these trends so that the video gets seen, but also sharing you and, you know, not so salesy, not so real estate related, but like things that you are interested in. And then the third was, they called it talking heads. So remember, people follow and engage with you because it's you. Hearing your voice and seeing your face is the quickest way to cultivate connection with your audience. You can do this through storytelling, sharing helpful tips, or providing valuable insights to your followers. So it's really always just like, if you're struggling with content ideas, think about the questions that we are getting asked every day by our clients and do a video on that. Like, we're always getting texts and calls about like, what is this? What do I do about that? You're explaining what an earnest money deposit is. You're explaining the home inspection process and how we can turn in a repair request and what does that look like. You can talk about the market, how things are changing, interest rates, like just really diving into your daily life and your daily business and talking about things that your buyers and sellers are asking you. Okay, let's see. Okay, and they had asked, there's a lot of new agents at the mastermind as well. And one agent had asked this question. I just thought it was a really good takeaway. She was like, I'm a new agent. What do I need to do? Like, how do I get leads? Yada, yada. And I had read this in the Serhant course, but they had suggested to write down 200 contacts. We all know people. You have 200 contacts in your phone. Write down 200 contacts and call them and tell them, hey, it's Stevie. I just got in real estate. I want to be number one. Do you know of anybody who's looking to buy or sell? And just start having conversations with them. And it's like, that's what everyone on the Serhant team preaches, is like, if you're brand new, you need to write down the people that you already know, and focus on them first, and give them a call. Pick up the phone and tell them, and be confident. Hey, I'm on this team now. I am ready to crush it. I'm going to be number one and I need your help. Who do you know that I can talk to? So I thought that would be really helpful. Let's see. Okay, 63% remembered a story and 5% remembered a stat. And I was like, yeah, if someone was talking about, or just put up a stat, like you're just swiping through or scrolling away, like who cares, right? But if your friend was on there telling a story about it, you're more likely to remember it and even be interested in it, right? It's just, you get so much more out of video than you would with a caption or with a photo. Okay, 4 steps moving forward. 1, decide what you want your and to be. Like, they made each one of us like in our binders, like we took the time and we were writing out, like, we are a real estate agent, but we also are all these other things. So genuinely writing that down, and there's your content right there. You could start right with the things that you're writing down. Think about what you enjoy most. Select a platform that you want to focus on and dive in on. And I think it's important to repurpose everywhere, but I'm not engaging with everybody everywhere. I'm engaging on Instagram because that's a platform that I want to focus on. And I'm still putting the content everywhere, but I'm not going on Facebook and reaching out to people and engaging that way, and going on to LinkedIn, reaching out, engaging that way. I'm just focusing on one. Create 3 to 5 content categories / buckets, and update your social bio and include your and. So a lot of people have in there like, I'm a realtor, yada, yada, but it's like, what else are you? Let's add that in there. So that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to share. I literally have pages on pages in this binder full of notes. It was so awesome. I absolutely loved it and looking forward to going in June. But if no one has any more questions, then I guess we shall wrap this up, and hopefully I will see everybody on Monday at 12 p.m. because I'm going to be interviewing Danielle. I know I've been getting a lot of questions about teams and building a team, and that is what I'm going to interview her on because she's a super successful agent with a thriving team. So I think it's going to be super fun. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday and weekend, and I'll chat with y'all soon. Thank you.